They have a brain that just completely blocks out all ads and doesn't even register them. Yes. It's more than likely from ad overload/fatigue. They have to come up with new ways to engage all the time because of this. Be careful. The mental health industrial complex will soon consider ad blindness a diagnosable mental illness. Usually I can ignore them. But just lately there's a banner ad under my mindless matching game that flashes like the old HTML ads did. Very distracting. Didn't there used to be a law against that? Is that still a thing? Yes. Feels like I'm beating them at their own game. It's getting harder and haired with YouTube. It's becoming total trash, but try the Brave browser for ad-free YouTube and websites. DAE sleep without a pillow? Yeah. I like sleeping on flat surfaces or without a pillow. I fall asleep faster that way. You would loathe my bed. Between me and my partner we have a total of 10 pillows on the bed that we sleep with. And more go on in the daytime. Pillows are not that good anyways. They don't allow your body to stay healthy straight if too big. I use a thin pillow. And sometimes no pillow. Especially if the only options are fat pillows. I already get too much forward head posture in my waking life. Don't need to sleep that way too. I used to see this on Unpopular Opinion quite regularly. I think it's fairly common. I, on the other hand, am your arch nemesis. I sleep without 6 to 8 pillows every night. How hasn't Chris Brown been cancelled? Do his fans just shrug off the fact he beat a woman black and blue? But it was years ago. So may? Unfortunately society doesn't take violence against women very seriously, especially if the victim is black. It's not completely due to race, but I see women of color getting fucked over all of the time. I'm white and it's obvious to me this happens often. Misogyny is everywhere in society. It's baked into everything. Roman Polanski literally raped a 13-year-old girl and has been able to evade justice for decades. Plus he still get a lot of moral support from the acting community in spite of what he did. Thankfully Harvey Weinstein is facing justice, but it's taken a long damn time. A talented person will always be able to work in entertainment. If you do something horrible you will be less popular, but there will be some fans who love you no matter what. Maybe they really like you, or maybe they embrace what others dislike. Likewise, if you can make money, there will be people willing to work with you. Probably not everyone, but someone. Again, there are people who capitalize on acts that are unpopular with the general public. It's as simple as enjoying the music. A lot of people in Hollywood and just around the world have done bad stuff while going unnoticed. Humans are flawed creatures, and if you think your woke mentality is going to change thousands of years of evolutions, then you're just wrong. I don't see how removing someone from doing what they love, or off a social network, does any good. Fix them. Work with them. If you want to be a social justice warrior, then actually put in the work to help your fellow humans. All I see are upset bottom feeders that just want to knock somebody bigger than themselves down. What someone should do to unstuck their dick from a frozen streetlight in greater than 10 minutes. WTF are you dorks up to now? Whip out your phone and ask Reddit. I know this is a troll, but it is very funny. Have you ever licked a lamppost in winter? Piss on it. If you laid it upward, the piss will flow down and free it. If directly kissing it, then all good. If facing downward, I guess you're going to need to cup your hands and do your best. Spit on it. You need to warm the metal. This is my favorite post of the year. Friendship and affection maybe? Greater than 10 minutes? Try breathing on it? Visiting Buffalo and lonely? Personally, I would just rip the dick off and walk away. Let the streetlight keep it. If you've got places to be. You're either the type of person that lets your dick being frozen to a streetlight hold you back, or you're not. Watch some porn. The warm circulation of blood should do the trick. Lamau. Start stroking. Warm that meat up. Find a good story to tell the policeman. Or the guy that is going to film it and upload it. I'll call the ambulance. I don't think anyone should try to do anything about it themselves. You are not a professional and the skin is so delicate there. You do not want permanent damage. It will still hurt when they remove it though, I imagine. Frostbite a real possibility. Why is it generally more socially acceptable for a woman to wear men's clothes than for a man to wear women's clothes? Masculinity is considered a positive. Women wearing men's clothing is them improving themselves. Whereas femininity is a negative. So men wearing women's clothing is them downgrading themselves. I think it's because masculinity is seen as more valuable than femininity. And men seem to have pretty strict norms as far as expression. Because misogyny. Women emulating men is seen as a good thing, a step up the ladder. Men emulating women is taken as incomprehensible because according to this thinking, women are inferior/weak/pathetic, and why would you want to emulate that? Also, homophobic men are absolutely terrified they might be tricked into feeling attracted to a man. I think it's that male sexuality is seen as threatening or disgusting, and men wearing women's clothes is typically seen as being done for the purpose of being sexually arousing to the man doing it, so then people in general want nothing to do with it. Is just because a lot of women's clothes already look like men's clothes. You can't tell the difference in many cases. Women's clothes is more noticeable dresses and skirts. Women had to fight for years for it to be accepted. It didn't just happen. Women were scorned for wanting to wear pants. Women are still looked down upon if they look too masculine. Men are just starting to challenge that social norm. It'll take a while to be accepted on a larger scale. But I have hope. In addition to what other commenters are saying, 100 ago this would not have been the case. Women wearing pants was also seen as cross-dressing. Women made the effort to break those barriers. Just like they fought for the right to work and seek higher education. Things that were considered manly, and still are. The fact that it's acceptable for women to wear men's clothes is a result of feminism.